All right, let's start to get the most out of our Macs right away. So you can see here I have a browser window open, and I've got a bunch of tabs that I've organized into groups. And if I click the group, you just see that it's made up of a bunch of tabs that I have open. I have other applications open right now, and you might not know that just from looking at my screen. But one way to tell that I have an application open is to come down to the dock down here, and you'll see there's a dot beneath Slack. That tells me the application is currently open and running. And if I don't have it minimized, then it'll be displayed on my computer screen. And if I want to see it, there's a really cool shortcut key you can use to get to that. So if you want to try this along with me, just open Chrome, open Slack, and then let's toggle between those two applications. To do that, you press down Command and press the Tab key to toggle between your open applications. And you'll see when I go over here to Slack, Liebert's dog is the thing that I'm looking at, which is hilarious. That's Bruna. And Bruna always gives me a smile when I need it in the middle of my workday. So if I want to go to another application, I can do that same thing where I hit Command Tab. And if I keep my thumb down on the Command button, you'll see that I can move my mouse around and choose the application I want to click on. So let's take a look at my audio settings. So right now you can see that I'm recording audio into this particular channel strip, and I've got some compression and EQ going on here on my vocal. And I want to go back to my web browser now and get back to the Ableton Live course that I'm taking. If I click this home button, you'll see that I've got a couple of Udemy-like courses open. And starting here from the Octa tab, I'm going to hit Control Tab, and this will toggle between my open tabs inside the Chrome application. So now I'm looking at my Ableton course, and I'll hit Control Tab once more, and that takes me to my own personal Udemy page where I publish courses and stuff. And I'll hit Control Tab again, and it takes me to another window. And then I can just use my mouse to minimize that. But it's a really great way if you have a bunch of tabs open to toggle between tabs really quickly. And then again, just from the main window, you can hit Command Tab to go between your open applications. And so one last fun tip here, you can see that I have Finder open. So I will click that friend, but it doesn't show up on my desktop. So if you go down here, you'll see that it was minimized. So I'll do that again. I'm going to click the Finder window, and it comes up from the right-hand side. And I'll minimize that friend again. So you could either click here where you have a bunch of applications that are minimized to get it to open back up, or you can just click the tile itself to open up if it's hidden. And I'm going to move this trackpad movie over to another spot on my computer someplace. So to do that, one thing I'd like to do is open another Finder window. And if you're a Windows person, this will be a fun challenge for you. So I'm going to essentially right-click on Finder. So for those of you that have a trackpad, you'll use two fingers, and you just press down on that icon, and it gives you a submenu. That's how you can right-click in Mac. Two fingers, and you press it down. And if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. I'm going to cover how to change your trackpad behavior in another lecture. So for now, I'm actually using a traditional mouse that I can quite literally right-click on, which is another thing that I'll cover down the road in the lectures. But for right now, I'm just going to open a new Finder window. And you'll see that now I have two versions of my Finder application open. And I'm going to grab this trackpad and move it from my desktop to my Documents folder. So if I just grab it and move it over here, it moves the file. So I can move it back there, and it took it from my Documents folder back to my desktop. If I wanted to maintain a copy of this file on the desktop, but also have it live in my Documents folder, I can press the Option key when I drag that friend over, and when I let go, it just duplicates the file. So now I have an instance in 2 locations. And if you're from Windows again, you might notice that if you press the Delete key, nothing happens. If I press Return, I can rename the file. So this, I'll call it Copy, because I have another instance in my desktop folder. But let's say I didn't need this anymore, and I don't want to have to alternate click, which is 2 fingers on your trackpad, or in my case with a physical mouse, I'm just actually right-clicking. And then you can move the file to trash, which will put it down here in the recycling bin. Or you can drag it down to the trash. Or if you want to use your keyboard, hit Command and Delete, and then it acts more like the backspace key. If you're from Windows, that'll be a little bit more familiar to you. I'll see you in the next video. There's a lot more fun stuff to come, and I hope you're already getting the most out of your Mac.